Boy, just what a time to have to yawn. Okay, anyhow. So while I'm sitting here waiting for a little bit, um, I guess I could do. Let's pull out of that a little bit. Sort of interior here of the Tesla. This is the steering wheel. I'm glad it's a conventional steering wheel. These are controls, like depending on what you have on, but a lot, your radio volume. But it's also it's adjust your mirrors when you have. I'll show you the screen in a little bit. But this is going to be a device to adjust mirrors and I know radio and probably other things. This here, now I know I'm just learning as I go, kind of. When you're driving and you push this thing like all the way down, like if you're out on the highway, that will go to cruise control, and then this will control your speed if you want to, if you want to raise and lower your cruise control. So that's cool. Now here's the screen. This is what is taking the place of the dashboard, which most cars, conventional cars, is like right there with your speedometer and your fuel gauge and your water temperature gauge and all that kind of stuff, right? Well, now, of course, Tesla, and this isn't brand new stuff. I mean, this has been around for a few years now, but there are lots of people that have never even sat in a Tesla, like me. As of a couple days ago, other than being a passenger on an Uber, I guess it was last year on a short ride. That was the first time I'd ever sat inside of a Tesla. And now having this one, this is the first time that I've ever sat in the driver's seat and actually driven the thing. So there's just lots of things. Everything is done pretty much on this screen here. So like just now, I'm parked here. So I controlled my lights. So like I went ahead and set it on parking. You can turn. Whoops. I guess it only gives you a few seconds. But you can turn off your lights. I was in parking, so I had it in parking. Then when I'm driving, I just put it on auto and keep it on auto. And even when I park for the night, when I'm done, I just always leave it on auto. But the couple of times that I have put it on parking is like right now because I am parked. And then last night when I was waiting for my my supercharger slot or stall to charge, I went ahead and put my parking lights on. So that's kind of a good thing to know. This here is a car icon, and that will take you to all these various things, pedals and steering, so you can adjust the steering wheel how you want it. There's charging information. This tells me I'm at 30% already, down to 30%, and it has other information on that. Here's autopilot, which I don't think I guess it does work. I don't know, but the guy told me not to even use it. It hurts, and I haven't even tried it. I haven't even messed with it. So I don't know. I would not do it. Certainly, I don't feel comfortable with it. If I owned the vehicle, and I was driving it around, and I got really, and I'm using it on my own personal time more, then I might experiment with it. But anyhow, that's on there. So then this is locks. This is the Hertz key is what we're using. It's you just wave it. That's just basically this thing here. It comes with the car. This is what you use when you want to open the door. There's a place alongside the column here, middle column of the door, where you swipe this, and then you can unlock and lock the door. And then when you get in the car, he told me you have to put this right here, and then to like start the car, you just put your foot on the brake, because it's not, my foot's on the brake, and then you go to here. So like if I wanted to back out of the spot, I go there. Now it goes into reverse. That turns on the backup camera. So it's basically reverse, neutral. Now I'm in neutral, and then all the way down is drive. But I guess it won't let me go into drive because it knows that there's like a Oh no, now I'm in drive. Okay, I just didn't. I guess it's not that smart. Okay, I guess I didn't push down far enough. So now it's in drive, and then, like I said, now once you're on the highway, if you want to go into cruise control, then you push it all the way down again, and cruise control will come on. But I'm not going to do that. And then just to go into park, you see right here, P for park. So right now I've got my foot on the brake because I'm in drive, and if I let my foot off the brake, it'll start rolling forward. Okay, and I don't want to do that because you can see there's a building right in front of me. So, but as soon as I put that, it goes into park. You see this changes all around, and it's in park, so you can see what gear are you in. You can always see right here, too. Park, and then there's reverse neutral drive. This lets me know that the doors are unlocked. And if I want to open the trunk, I just push that. I can do it from here. If I want to open the frunk is just the trunk in the front. You push that. You can also, since this is open, since it's unlocked, if you were standing out there, then you could open it. But I can push that button, and it will open. It's on hydraulics, and it'll open. And that there is the charging port door, and so when I push that opens the port, so I can plug in the charger. So that's pretty cool. Then you've got just various things. You can set up the display, light, dark, auto, degree of brightness, however you want it, the language, all that. This is trips, current trip, last charge. It tells me the last charge I did, trip A, all these type of things. Here's navigation. This is just setting up like the volume of how loud the voice will be. Automatic navigation, trip planner, online routing. So it's all this stuff you can do for your navigation. Avoid ferries, avoid tolls, all that kind of stuff. Safety. Then there's Sentry mode. There's all kinds of different things you can do. Here's service for servicing. There's an owner's manual if you want to peruse through that. That's good to have, especially for someone like me who's still figuring it out, I guess. And so that's back to that. This is when I ran this through the car wash, and you go into car wash mode. So it's like, so it'll just move. It knows that you're going through a car wash, and that, so you're going to hook up, or, you're going to drive into the little slot there, and then you make sure you're in neutral, and you put this thing in car wash mode. There's sort of thing, if you're being towed, there's a towing thing, adjust headlights. Headlight calibration in progress. Maybe I shouldn't have pushed it. I don't know. Wow, it just rose up the beam of those headlights. It says use the left scroll wheel to adjust your headlights. Oh, wow. I probably shouldn't have messed with this. So look, right now you can see that right side. See how it's going down? That's because I'm adjusting it. Now I don't know where it should be. I really don't know. I probably shouldn't have messed with that. Now I don't know if there's an automatic thing. Adjust headlights. So headlights should only be adjusted by trained service technicians. Sorry about that. I shouldn't have messed with it. Probably, but hopefully it'll be all right. And then there's software. This is Model 3. This is a brand new, like 2023. It's got 1,930 miles. When I got it, it had 1,700 something. So I put on a couple hundred miles. And then here's upgrades. That's unavailable because it's a rental and has, probably have to be an actual owner to be able to do that. So that's all that. And then you've got temperature controls, and you can split it to either side. And I think I just have it on auto. And then over here you've got, shoot, that's the heater. I don't want to. That you have heated seats, both in the front and the back seat, as I recall. There's Bluetooth. You know, there's just all this stuff is on here. You've got. This is like the rear camera, and you can record. It has like a dash cam, so like this is the rear camera, and I'm just looking at this screen here. You can record. Let's see. Here's recording. Oh, look. So now it's recording, I think, and it says saved. And now it's recording again. So I don't know if it's just recording like that. Probably, I guess. But that's pretty cool. So then here's Bluetooth. It says no device connected. I tried to connect my phone. I couldn't. It wouldn't find my phone. And then here you have all this other stuff. You know, phone, calendar. It's just like pretty much like a smartphone. You know, all this stuff. It's on here. These are the radio stations. You can find stations. These are my favorites. So it's almost like having presets. And then here's a whole bunch of radio stations here that you can choose from. And then I guess they have direct tune. It's almost like you're tuning like a radio, maybe. I didn't use it. Maybe you put in whatever, if there's a station you want to try to find specifically. So there's my little list of favorites. This is consumption here, energy consumption. 2.8%, 0.6% less than trip projection. So that gives you a breakdown of how you're consuming your stuff there, your energy, electricity. This is the phone. If my phone was connected, I could do a call. And that's the oops, there's heat there. So then you've got the heated seat that sets the temperature, and then this would be volume. And that's the radio. I didn't even know I had the radio on, to tell the truth. So I guess if I just hit the stop button, it just stops. And you can do it that way. So there's that. It's kind of cool, all that stuff. And as you're driving, your speedometer will be up here. It'll tell you your speed. And when you're driving, if you don't know, gas pedal has, I just call it a gas pedal. I know it's an electric car, but it's just we just call it gas pedal, I guess. But so as you're pressing down on it, and then when you let up, it has that regenerative braking, and so it'll start to just slow down. You know, it's kind of cool. You kind of get used to. At first, it's kind of weird, but so when you just let off the gas, it'll start to slow down. But then you have a brake pedal too, because you need to maybe slow down a little bit faster than when it's slowing down, or you need to come to a complete stop. Then you're going to have to hit the gas pedal. So I guess that's it for now. I just kind of wanted to do a little thing here. So, you know, everything else is pretty basic. Electric windows. It's kind of cool. It has this clear roof. It's all very tinted, so it stays nice and cool. It's not like you have the sun, just killing you. But it's kind of cool, especially driving through the strip. You can just look up and see, all the casinos and stuff. That's kind of cool, and it's probably pretty cool for the customers and stuff. To get out, you just push this button, and it just pops the door open. So the only thing that I don't like, well, maybe it's not the only thing. I really love the car. Let me just put it this way. And I think I might try to buy one. I really do love this car. But probably the thing that I don't like about it is, for me, being the old fat guy, getting in and out of this car is kind of a hassle. I mean, it's no big deal. It's not that big of a deal. But like when I'm doing these Uber rides, I can also do Uber Eats, and so and on these Uber Eats, once you start doing those Uber Eats, they just start giving you all these things. So you're just pretty much just delivering food over and over and over again. And to do that, when you're doing that, you're like constantly getting in and out of the car, like because you're picking up the food, and then you're taking the food to the delivery. It's usually someone's house or apartment. And so to be getting in and out of this thing like over and over again like that, I just went ahead and shut the delivery function off on my Uber driver account or app, because I didn't want to deal with that. I was like, I don't think I could just I don't think I could handle this, doing that. Maybe a couple times, but not just continuously trying to get in and out of this car. That's, that's the one drawback about this vehicle for me. Now, if I was 30 years old, I'd be in and out of here, it'd be no problem. But I'm not 30, I'm 62. So, so that's probably the main thing. I'm trying to think, there might be some other things I don't like about it, but overall, I really do like it so far. It does seem like the charge goes down pretty quick. I had to charge it last night. Like I said, I got it down to like about 21%. You charge it up to 80, and only lets you go up to 80%. And then it was like right after that, I think I picked somebody up and took him to the strip. Oh, I took somebody to the MGM, and then another thing came right in from the MGM to take, and when I didn't see where it was going, but it said it paid $32. So I went ahead and clicked on it, and and plus, you have to keep your acceptance rate. I can't deny too many of these rides that come in, or else I get a low score, right? So I've been just trying to raise up my rating. I just been clicking on anything that comes in. I just click on it. So it turns out these guys at the MGM, they were going way out to Prim, which is state line, which is about 40 miles from where we were at. So I took them all the way out to the state line, dropped them off, and came back. So that's like 80 miles. So I went from, when I picked them up, I think I had about 60. I was down to about, and I just charged from I was at 80. And then when I picked them up, I think it was under 70 already. It was already like 67%, I think. And so by the time I took them out to Prim and got back to Vegas, it was down to like, I think like 47%. Because I think whatever the numbers were, I remember it had used 19% of my charge to go 80 miles. So, and now today I've just been tooling around. I haven't done any rides yet, and I'm already down to 29%. So I'm gonna have to charge again pretty soon here. So, and right now it's like peak charging. It's another thing they do. You can, because they charge by the kilowatt hour or whatever. So during peak times, it's a little bit more. I think like right now, I was looking at the at a supercharger, and they had the charge rates. So let's just say the nearest one right now is this one. It's 9/10 of a mile away. So less than a mile away, there's a charging station. 3 stalls available, and right now, well, it's not as high as the other one. I had looked at another one earlier. it's at 24 cents per kilowatt hour. And this is, I think, the peak time. So if you do it like from 4 a.m. to 8 a.m., it's 17 cents a kilowatt hour. And then it goes, the next one is like 8 to noon is 21 cents a kilowatt hour. And then from noon to 6, it's 24 cents a kilowatt hour. And then from 6 p.m. to 12 midnight, it's 21 cents. It goes down to 21 cents. And then from 12 midnight to 4 a.m., it goes back to 17 cents. So, and that's just this one. I think everyone is a little bit different. It's probably all on some sort of algorithm, and it predicts what is, you know, what the peak times are, and the demand is, and the grid is looking like, and all that kind of stuff. So right now, if I go charge, it's going to cost me 24 cents a kilowatt hour. If I wait till 6 p.m., it'll go down to 21 cents. And if I did this, like, you know, from midnight to 4 a.m., it'd be 17 cents. So, and, you know, that's not that big of a deal. Like, well, I'm going to go charge right now at 24 cents because, I mean, I don't really care. But it's just something to keep in mind. Like the other one I saw, it was like, right now during peak hours, I think it was like 36 cents a kilowatt hour. So just a thing to be aware of, that these are the charging rates. It's going to cost you, like for me to do from 20% to 80%. So it's a 60%. To get 60% of a charge, I guess, it cost me like $8.36 last night. And now today it'd probably be roughly the same. Let's just round it up to $9 or $8.50, $9. Now I don't know if that's gonna be every day, like $9 a day. Then let's just say let's just say a 5-day work week. Even though a lot of times I've been doing this, you know, all through the week. So, but let's just say a 5-day work week, right? So nine times 5 is 45, right? So you'd be spending $45, and then I guess you want to count the weekend, whether you're working or not. If this was your car and you'd be driving around, so I'm just wondering if it's going to be like $9 a day. So, if it's 7, then what's 63? So I guess anywhere from like $50 to $73 a week in fuel, or you know, in charging costs. You know, I'm just, what do you normally spend? I know in that Ford Escape, in 1 week I spent at least $200 in fuel, and that was at around 19 miles a gallon. Although I did get it, according to the little you know, dashboard thing, when I turned it in, I got it up to over 20 miles. It was like 20.1 miles per gallon or something like that. And when I picked it up, I think it was at 18.8 miles per gallon. But let's say, so, you know, a vehicle that's getting around 20 miles a gallon and doing and driving every day, you know, I'm spending at least 200, or it might have been 250, I forget. That might have been on the next week, but I know I spent at least 200 in that first week. So I mean, and whether you're an Uber driver or even just, you know, your everyday driving, you're just using your car, how much fuel do you spend? A lot of people have gas guzzlers. If you've got a big SUV or a big pickup or even just a big family wagon or whatever, and you drive every day, you could very easily be spending, you know, at least 100, 150 a week, probably 200, maybe more. Yeah, I mean, so it just depends on what you're driving. But if you're driving a Prius, let's say, then it might be cheaper to drive a Prius. You might not be spending $50 to $63 a week in fuel on a Prius. Those things around town get 50 miles a gallon, you know. So if fuel mileage and those type of, and the cost of fuel or versus the cost of electric charging is what is determining, and the range, then that's something to think about. Like if you're driving a big Suburban or a big Ford Explorer or a Expedition or whatever, a big gas guzzler, you could easily be spending $300 or $400 or $500 a week in gas. But if you're driving a Prius, right? Let's say you have a Prius, then you might not see the advantage of changing. If you really like your Prius and there's no reason to change, then a Prius might be just as good or better as far as just the economy of it. That's what I'm kind of looking at right now. So anyhow, just some things to think about here in the old Tesla. I really do love the car. I think it's really cool though. And oh boy, I'm sorry about these coughs. I know it probably doesn't sound very good. And what was supposed to just be a little short couple minute clip turned into almost a half an hour. Because I guess I got Gabby here last second. Okay, so from the cockpit here of the Tesla Model 3 in Las Vegas, Nevada, I am Trucker John, and I'm out.